In the middle of the dense Amazon rainforest, there is a place that Brazil seems to have deliberately chosen to forget. A place that, from a distance, may look like nothing more than another group of old ruins overtaken by nature. But as you get closer, you realize that the story here is far deeper and darker. Welcome to the ruins of Paricatuba, in the heart of the Amazon. Today, Paricatuba is one of the most enigmatic abandoned places in our country. But it was not always this way. This location, which now echoes with a heavy silence, was once known as the City of Pain. Imagine this: for decades, during the last century, people diagnosed with leprosy were brought here compulsorily and completely isolated from the rest of the world. It was a sentence of exile. Paricatuba was not just a hospital, it was a microcity designed so that no one would ever need to leave. In that isolated place, there was a hospital, an imposing chapel that still resists the passage of time, a school, and entire streets lined with houses. For those who arrived, it was a one-way journey. Many of those forced to live here never saw their families again, never returned home. They lived and died on this piece of land, forgotten by society. Today, walking through Paricatuba feels like walking through a ghost. The houses no longer have roofs. The walls are covered by a green carpet of moss, and thick tree roots tear through the ground, wrapping themselves around the structures. Nature is slowly swallowing everything. The silence is almost absolute, broken only by the sounds of the forest animals, but it is a silence that seems to carry the weight of thousands of untold stories. Residents of nearby communities hold deep respect and a certain fear for this place, especially after the sun goes down. They tell chilling stories. They say that, on the darkest and quietest nights, if you listen closely, it is still possible to hear sounds that should not be there. Indecipherable whispers, the sound of footsteps in corridors that no longer exist, the creaking of doors that were consumed by humidity long ago. Are these just local legends, created by the atmosphere of the place? Or are they the echoes of souls that never found peace? People who died here, sick and feeling abandoned by the world. Some swear they can feel a heavy energy, a sadness lingering in the air, as if the emotions of those people had seeped into the walls. It is easy to understand why Paricatuba attracts so many curious visitors, photographers, and urban explorers. The decaying beauty of the ruins, contrasted with the lush Amazon rainforest, creates a visually striking scene. The gigantic samama trees, with their exposed roots, seem like ancient guardians, silent witnesses to everything that happened here. Every cracked wall, every rusted object left behind, tells part of a story of pain, resilience, and ultimately, abandonment. Paricatuba is not just an exotic tourist spot or a backdrop for eerie photos. It is an open-air memorial, a sensitive and often ignored chapter in the history of public health in Brazil, one that reminds us of a time marked by segregation and prejudice. It is a place that forces us to reflect on how we treat the sick and the marginalized. Some places are simply abandoned, and time takes care of erasing their memories. Others, like Paricatuba, seem to refuse to be forgotten. They keep their stories alive, trapped within their walls, waiting for someone to listen. This place is not only about ruins, it is about the lives that were lived and lost here, and about a history that still echoes through the forest. Thank you for joining me on this journey to one of the most mysterious places in Brazil. If you enjoyed this video and want to discover more hidden stories from our country and around the world, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Until the next exploration, where darker stories await.